Today I want to talk to you about how you protect your IP when working with a remote team. So I'm just going through some mud. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning. I think it's going to be a lovely day. It's one of those days though where it's really clear, so it starts off pretty chilly. So it's pretty fresh this morning, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be hot today, which is nice into September. But it's Wednesday, and Wednesday is all things business systems and outsourcing. And this is a big one, and so something that so many people get wrong. And one of the issues is everybody jumps on the outsourcing bandwagon and wants to start using virtual assistants or remote workers more so than ever now that we're in a COVID pandemic. And one thing that I hear these horror stories about time and time again is that people bring in virtual assistants, it doesn't work out for whatever reason. They've worked with them for a few months, and when the virtual assistant leaves, they take all of the IP, all of the work and everything they get completed with them when they go. And the poor entrepreneurial business owner is left with nothing to show for the months of work that they've had with that virtual assistant. So it's pretty easy to kind of overcome. You basically need to firm up the security of your business. What I mean by that is have a cloud-based server storage platform whereby you own everything, and everybody who works in your business has access, but they cannot. So I think I have a technical issue there, but so yeah, as I was saying, that the key is to own everything that people work on, and when access is shared, it's shared but under your ownership, and that's the key, your ownership. So the easy solution here for most kind of small business owners is to use GSuite, but not just GSuite, which is part of obviously the Google tools, and obviously the storage is Google Drive. However, when you get GSuite, and you need GSuite Business to be able to do this, you get the function of shared drives. And this is super important because shared drives gives you the ability to create these storage centers where you can have different permissions for each drive. But the key thing is you can set them up in that you own all of them. So you could have a shared folder for each new member of staff you have. They save everything into their shared drive. They can organize it how they want, or you can have a designated folder structure. But the key thing is that you will own it all, and that person can't delete anything or remove anything. They can save, they can add, they can edit, but they can't delete. And it just gives you that level of protection. So if something does go wrong, all your IP is yours and protected. And really, really important. It's really simple to set up. It is a paid subscription. So it's GSuite Business you need. Now this is one of the most valuable resources you'll use as a small business owner, because obviously you get the full GSuite of apps. And I'm not even maximizing this to its full potential, but obviously you'll all probably be familiar with Sheets, Docs, Slides, which is the equivalent of Excel, Word, and PowerPoint, which most people will use. You've got things like Forms as well, which are really, really useful. You've got Google Drawing. I think there's a notes-taking app as well. There's literally hundreds of apps in the Google Suite that are all under the paid-for banner of G Suite, and it's pretty much everything a business will need. It will set up your email, Gmail, obviously, it's a big one. You can set up all of your email domains can be hosted through Google. So it's a super productive piece of software. It's not the most user-friendly, which is why I'll probably go into each app and piece of software in more detail in a separate episode. But for today, we're talking about a GSuite Business subscription, which gives you the ability to set up shared drives. You've got to have shared drives, not just a standard. If you don't have the standard, you won't have the ability to set up shared drives and give them to your members of staff. So you've got to have the shared drive facility. So so just to summarise, one thing we're trying to avoid when we're working with remote workers is the protection of everything they work on in your business is yours. Having GSuite Business subscription with the shared drives add-on to Google Drive enables you to have individual drives or individual folders that you share with your different team members, and you own each and every one of them. So as everybody saves their work into their individual shared drive, you own it. They can edit, they can add, they're not restricted, but they can't delete. And that's the most important thing. So all your IP is then protected. So really, really important that you follow this guidance, because it is the most painful thing ever when it bites you in the backside and you've invested so much time and effort into one of your team members. It hasn't worked out for whatever reason, which happens, and they take all the stuff they've done and all the IP that they've saved in their personal Google Drive, which most virtual systems will do. They'll then share it with you, but they can just rescind share access and take all of the work with them, and you're left with nothing to show the investment you've made in that person. So don't make that mistake. Follow this guidance. Really, really simple. Google Business, GSuite Business subscription, shared drive set up, and give everybody who works for you their own designated shared drive, which you own everything within. Set them up as a contributor. You're the owner. The contributor can then, or the content manager is what you are as the owner, and the contributor can add new stuff, edit stuff. They're not restricted in any way other than they cannot delete or take back anything they've created that they've set up for you. So little hack, but it will save you a lot of pain and hassle in the future. So hope you found this useful. Sorry about the technical issues today. As always, any questions, drop me a comment. I'll always respond. If it's a bigger question, I'll still respond, but I'll do a separate blog episode for you and tag you in. If you think somebody's going to get value from this, please share it or tag them in, or just like it and get some extra engagement. Please check out my other social channels as well. Subscribe and follow, because I do unique content for each platform now, which is hopefully useful to people. If it's not for you, just unfollow, unfriend me, no problem at all. I do check out my Facebook group or YouTube channel, just search for Entrepreneur, where all the historical episodes of the vlog are catalogued by topic. So there might be stuff in there that you want to dab in and out of, which will be a useful resource for you at some point in the future, hopefully. So that's pretty much it for me. As always, stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.